One of my favourite films, and this is going to sound really cheesy, is Independence Day. I've seen Independence Day about a dozen times, most recently about 10 days ago. But I've been thinking about an alternative ending to it, which instead of being kind of wrapped up in this nicely, this nice happy ending where good and evil battle it out and good wins, a slightly more ambiguous ending, a moral dilemma ending. I quite like films with moral dilemma endings. So I thought I'd just share it with you, see what you think. Let me just do a quick plot synopsis. Huge spaceship invades Earth's atmosphere. Smaller saucer-shaped ships, still bloody big, still the size of cities, position themselves over the major cities of the world, and at a certain predetermined point unleash fire and brimstone on these cities. Millions killed, general destruction and dismay. We follow the narrative line of the president, who has managed to escape and to just managed to get out of Washington in time before it was blown up. And while he's on Air Force One, he discovers that this isn't the first time aliens have visited the planet. But those all the stories about Area 51, about Roswell, New Mexico, turns out those were actually true, and there is a secret military base in New Mexico where the bodies of aliens and crashed flying saucers have been investigated. They zip down to New Mexico where the president gets to look at all this stuff. Then a second plot line crosses over. Will Smith, who is an Air Force pilot, has been involved in a dogfight with a flying saucer and has crashed it, has dragged the alien out of the flying saucer. The alien is unconscious but not dead, and has dragged this alien across the New Mexico desert where the fight happened to take place, and turned up at exactly the same, quite a coincidence actually, think about it, turned up at exactly the same secret military base in New Mexico that the president is at with this alien. The alien, the unconscious alien, is put in this laboratory, glass-walled laboratory, where all its technological armour is taken off it. Then, of course, it happens to wake up and kills everybody in the room, not the president because he's out somewhere else at this point with his military and scientific advisors, but kills everybody in the room, the alien does. And just as the dust is settling on that particular massacre, the president and some of the other advisors, the military and scientific advisors, come down, and there's the alien, weird looking thing, at the other side of this glass wall. The alien, who we discovered at this point has psychological powers, kind of emits this beam of psychic energy at the president, which we hear as a loud whining noise, and the president falls to the ground. The military people shoot the alien. He kills it, it dies. The president recovers, and we discover at that point that in addition to having been felled by this psychological energy from the alien, the president now understands the alien. He's been given information about how these aliens operate and what their goals are. And it turns out that these are rapacious, locust-like creatures. There's never going to be any negotiation with them. Diplomatic means are never going to resolve anything. And at that point the decision is made that only all-out military action will have any effect. So atomic bombs released against the aliens, those don't work. Various other things happen. And eventually there's one last battle where the president gives a kind of version of the St. Crispin's Day speech, remember the 5th? Anyway, Battle of Agincourt speech. And all these little fighter planes go up against the aliens, and they discover their weakness, and all the spaceships are brought crashing down. Happy endings all round. So that happens in the film pretty much. But the point at which I think it could be different is the point at which the president comes down into that glass-walled laboratory in Area 51 just after the alien has killed all of the people in the laboratory, and the alien is psychically attacking the president with this weird whining noise. That happens the same, but instead of the military people drawing their guns and shooting the alien and the president realise something at that moment. Because it is a kind of telepathic thing. The president finds out who the alien is, and the alien finds out who humans are. And what they discover is, and what the president discovers is, that these aliens are not space travellers, they're time travellers, and they're coming from 1 million years in the future. That's what he discovers. Yes, they're locust-like creatures, they are rapacious, they are merciless. And a million years in the future, these creatures have killed and ravaged every single planet in the entire universe. They've used up all the resources of a million years in the future. And the only place they can find to continue to survive is by going back in time and ravaging the planets of the past. And that's what they are doing, he discovers. What he also discovers, and what the alien discovers, is that these aren't aliens at all. These are humans, evolved in a million years into the future, and carry on pretty much the same evolutionary pattern that's brought us to this point, which is one of, as I say, rapacious behaviour, locust-like breeding, and total decimation of any resources that are made available. So humans a million years in the future are responsible for the wiping out of every other planet in the universe, and are now working their way backwards through time, destroying everything in their path. The alien at that point doesn't get killed. He sends a message to his mates in their flying saucers and in their mothership, and they all realise that they can't kill the Earth, but they destroy Earth and kill those people because those are their ancestors, and if those die, then they'll also die, cease to exist. So they immediately leave Earth's atmosphere and go off to try and find some other planet to ravage. The president is left with a moral dilemma, and this is where I would leave it. He can either be a hero, take credit for dispatching the aliens, let everyone go on with their lives in the year 2010 or whatever it is, and everyone's happy. But he also knows that that if he does that, then in a million years' time, he'll be responsible, and the human race will be responsible for the destruction of everything. And not just everything in the future, but ultimately everything in all the present and all the past as well. So he has the choice, as I say, of being the hero, or he can hit the big red button on his desk that's marked Doomsday Device. He can hit the button that says Doomsday Device, and all life on planet Earth in 2010 winks out of existence. Everybody dies. Because of course, if everybody dies in 2010, all the human race comes to an end in 2010. There will be no evolved locust-like creatures in a million years' time to destroy the whole universe. So that's his choice. You can either save human race now and for a considerable time to come, or you can save the entire universe a million years in the future. Fade to credits.